Hi guys, welcome to Cooking with Good Living Daily. On today's episode, we are going to make sweet potato, broad bean and chickpea curry. Now to get things kicked off, get your pan on a medium heat and add in 2 dessert spoonfuls of coconut oil. Once your coconut oil begins to melt, add in 2 heaped teaspoonfuls of yellow mustard seeds. And here we have the aromatics. 1 finely sliced red onion, 1 large knob of ginger grated finely, 2 chilies chopped finely, and 3 garlic cloves chopped nice and finely as well. Get the onions in first and let those cook off nicely. Now here I'm adding in some sea salt. This is of course optional. Now guys, give your onions some love, give them a stir, don't let them catch, and once they're almost cooked, add in the rest of your aromatics. Chilies are going in, ginger's going in, garlic's going in. Now I have added 2 whole chilies, including the seeds. If that's too hot for you, leave the seeds out and even cut it down to just 1 or even half a chili. But the seeds is where the majority of the spice is. Okay, drum roll please, the star of the show, 2 large sweet potatoes finely cubed. Get those in. Now it's important here that you don't drop sweet potato down the side of the pan. It's very unprofessional. And now it's time to spice things up. We have 1 teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of cracked black pepper, and 2 whole heaped teaspoons of curry powder. Next up, 1 full tin of coconut milk. Once that tin's emptied, give it a rinse out, fill it up completely with 1 full tin of water. Next up, 1 organic vegetable stock pot. Now these things are a bit tricky, bit of a pain in the old backside to get them out, but do your best. Oh, it's getting serious. Get the old knife out. There we go. That's it. Well done, Chez. Now let this come to the boil. Let the sweet potato cook. Once it's cooked, turn it off the heat. That's it for the actual cooking. Next up, guys, we have 1 large bunch of broad beans. Chop those up into about 1/2 inch size pieces and get them in. Remember, the heat is now off. We're not cooking this any further, but the residual heat will cook the beans just enough, but we want those nice and al dente. And the same with these. So I've got some cooked chickpeas here, about 250 grams. Chuck those straight in, and again, let the residual heat just warm them through. Oh, lovely. Give it a nice stir. And here we go. A little bit more fresh cracked black pepper right at the end. Bit more extra spice, bit more extra flavor, and of course, half a lime freshly squeezed right at the end. Beautiful. And guys, it really is that simple. That is the curry done. Okay, now it's time for the sticky pineapple rice. So again, get a pan on medium-high heat and add in 1 dessert spoonful of coconut oil. Oh, this is a bit of a struggle here. Bang that coconut oil off the spoon. Failing that, let it melt off the spoon. Just don't drop the spoon in the pan. Oh, wait. Well done. There we go.
Hey.
Happy with that. Proud of myself. Okay, next up, 3 delicious slices of fresh pineapple. Chop those up nice and finely. Get them in the coconut oil on a high heat. Fry them off nice and fast. let the natural sugars caramelize. It's going to give you a beautiful, sweet, sticky rice with no added sugar. Now, of course, you can't make sticky rice without rice. Here I have 1.5 cups of plain white basmati rice. Now, of course, you can substitute white basmati rice for brown basmati or any kind of whole grain rice you wish. You will just have to cook it a little bit further. Okay, give your rice a good old stir, coat it in all that lovely coconut oil and caramelized pineapple sugar. Now guys, there's a massive debate about how to cook rice. This is the way I found that works brilliantly. I double the quantity of rice to water plus 1 whole extra cup of water. So I've got 4 cups of water to my 1.5 cups of rice going in here. And this method will give you lovely, fluffy, sticky rice, guaranteed. Now all we've got to do, turn the heat down and gently, really gently bring it up to a simmer. Let it simmer away really slowly until you're left with just a tiny, tiny bit of water. And it looks like this. So there's just a tiny little bit of water right at the bottom. Turn the heat off completely, put the lid on it and take it off the heat and let that sit for 5 whole minutes and let that steam. And it's done. Now to serve, sprinkle over some vibrant fresh coriander, some red chili and a slice of lime.
Come on, come on.